What is happening, Magnus sites? We got some news from Cosmic Wonder on the Venom sequel. Let there be carnage. Let's check this out.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder. And I know during my live stream on Thursday, for those of you who were there, I mentioned that I was going to be very cautious about doing Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage trailer update videos. I know a lot of people want to know when exactly we're going to get this trailer. It's super long overdue, and although we called that little title reveal 10-second little clip a teaser, it's not really a teaser. And having said that, today we actually do have some Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage leaks, and these are leaks that actually point towards the trailer coming pretty soon. So we'll go over these leaks. One of them is rather interesting because it hints towards Venom actually existing in the same universe as Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Something that we've been hoping for a while, and hopefully that becomes reality. Before we get started, quick reminder about my Stormbreaker giveaway. All you gotta do is subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Cosmic Culture, and the detailed giveaways are in the description down below. So the first thing we'll talk about actually isn't a leak. It's something that's just out there in plain sight. But it is something that does lead us to believe that the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer is going to be coming pretty soon. And that is the fact that you can now buy Venom Let There Be Carnage merch. And this is very official merch. If you go to shopdisney.com, you can actually buy a Venom Let There Be Carnage t-shirt. And this is a big deal. And if you're asking why it's a big deal, it's because promotion for the movie is officially starting. And you don't start promoting for a movie unless people actually really know what the movie is about. Otherwise, everybody would simply be like, what is this for? So they are now selling these t-shirts at shopdisney.com, Hot Topic, Box Lunch, and a few other places as well, which is really good news because that means the trailer should be right around the corner. Now, some insiders like Daniel RPK have said that the trailer is coming soon. They presumed that it was going to be in April, but obviously that didn't happen. But they are sticking to their guns and saying that it is coming soon. And the sale of this merchandise is a good sign. And another good sign is actually a leak that we got a little bit ago. What was once a Lego leak is now officially on sale. And they are of Venom and Carnage. Again, a good sign that Carnage and Venom material are on sale because that means promotion for the film is going to start very soon. In fact, it's kind of already started at this point. But there is something very interesting to look at on this box. On these boxes, it says, assembled from the Spider-Man universe. Now, there's a lot to unpack here because of the new deal with Disney and Sony. So regardless of this Lego set, there is a lot to talk about, but let's talk about this. Because it could mean something, but it also could mean nothing. Now, Sony does have the rights to Spider-Man on film. For those of you who never heard the full story, Marvel sold the rights of Spider-Man to Sony in 1998. This included everything from merchandising and film, but it did not include comics. But in 2011, Sony sold the merchandising rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel and therefore Disney, since Disney owns Marvel. So that means right now, as we speak, Disney owns the merchandising rights to Spider-Man. So the fact that this Lego set says assembled from the Spider-Man universe could, and unfortunately probably does, mean nothing. However, that doesn't mean that Spider-Man and Venom won't cross paths. In fact, they probably will. And I know a lot of people are saying that this won't happen until after Venom Let There Be Carnage. However, that isn't necessarily true. And we kind of actually already have some proof that the two universes, the SPUMC, or the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, a name of which I really don't like, but that universe and the MCU could actually cross over a little bit. And I'll explain how that could happen, and I'll talk about the evidence that we have so far, and talk about how it could actually be the plan of Sony and Disney to have Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom interact with each other. So the first thing that you need to know is the fact that Sony actually does want the crossover. In fact, they kind of wanted it to happen in the first Venom film. And I say kind of because it wasn't going to be a battle with Spider-Man, but they wanted Tom Holland's Peter Parker to be in the film. It was revealed that Sony wanted Tom Holland's Peter Parker to visit the Life Foundation on a field trip with his class in the first Venom movie. Now, we saw Venom, and that obviously didn't happen. And the reason that didn't happen is because of Marvel/Disney. Sony pushed for this to happen, but Marvel and Disney said no because they didn't want people to confuse the two universes. Essentially, the MCU didn't want people to think that Venom was a part of the MCU, which sucks because that's what we all want. However, that doesn't mean that we won't see the two of them interact. Sony clearly wants Tom Holland's Spider-Man in their SPUMC, and it looks like they may have come to a deal with Marvel and Disney on how to make this happen. We're all aware of that pretty big scare that happened about a year and a half ago where we weren't really sure if Spider-Man was going to be in the MCU anymore. Sony and Disney were kind of in a disagreement about how much profit Disney was going to get from the Spider-Man MCU films. Now, fortunately, they worked it out. Spider-Man remains in the MCU. However, they did do a new deal, and this deal was kept very secret. However, a few insiders in the past did say that the new deal did include some things that Sony wanted. One of them was the ability for Tom Holland's Spider-Man to cross into their SPUMC. The new deal was rumored to be that Tom Holland could cross over into the SPUMC, and some of the characters from the SPUMC, including Venom, could cross over into the MCU as long as it was in a Spider-Man film. Meaning you could only see these characters in a Spider-Man film, not in an Iron Man film, or a Captain America film, or Guardians of the Galaxy, only a Spider-Man film. And then we got a little bit of evidence towards this, and it came in the form of the Morbius trailer. In the Morbius trailer, there are two things that stand out. One is that Michael Keaton's Vulture made an appearance. Now, of course, he is from the MCU. He was introduced in Spider-Man Homecoming, but it appears like he has crossed over to the SPUMC, adding some truth to this rumored new deal where the characters could jump over into different universes as long as they remained in a Spider-Man film. However, in the SPUMC, they can do whatever they want. They can use them in any movie they want. More proof came when we saw a picture of Spider-Man on the wall, the words murderer painted over him. This implies that, one, not only does Spider-Man exist in the SPUMC, but it appears to be the same Spider-Man, even though he's not wearing the same Tom Holland suit. He's actually wearing the Sam Raimi suit. But the word murderer over him implies that this is Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and people think that he killed Mysterio because of the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, where Mysterio framed him. This combined with a leaked photo that we actually got from the Morbius set showing the dailybugle.net, which also appears at the very end of Spider-Man Far From Home in the post-credits where we saw JJJ, confirms that there are indeed some crossovers between the universes happening. This is a very good sign. And another good sign is the fact that Marvel/Disney and Sony actually just recently worked out another new deal. This deal is for the Spider-Man films to be on Disney+. This is an extremely good sign because this means that Sony and Disney/Marvel are playing very well with each other right now. And why wouldn't they? Hopefully Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be a Spider-Verse film, adding other Sony Spider-Man like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield into the MCU. All of this is a really good sign that eventually we will see Spider-Man and Venom cross paths with each other. Now, will that happen in Venom Let There Be Carnage? Probably not. At least not in the way that people would like to see. Yes, Tom Holland could make a cameo in Venom Let There Be Carnage, but I don't think that Spider-Man is going to be doing much fighting. I think they're going to keep the focus on Venom and Carnage. And then in the next film, have Spider-Man and Venom face off against each other. And this would honestly be better. That way they wouldn't have to share the screen time with Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man. It could just be Venom versus Spider-Man. So the future of Venom and Spider-Man is very, very bright, and hopefully we're going to get this Venom Let There Be Carnage teaser trailer very, very soon. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Spider-Man news. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Well, thank you very much, Cosmic Wonder. I'm hoping to death. I hope that Tom Holland makes an appearance in this one. Like, I feel like he is, whether it's as Spider-Man or, you know, right at the end, or, you know, as Peter Parker running into him, maybe having some type of confrontation, because, you know, Venom doesn't, you know, Eddie Brock does not like Peter Parker. So he hates him. So I don't know. This is turning out to be very interesting, and I cannot wait until this comes out. I was one of the people that thoroughly loved Venom. It was something that I didn't know if I was going to like or not, and I came away like, yo, I really enjoyed this. They didn't even do it the way I wanted it done, and they actually pulled it off. And I know a lot of people didn't like it. I bought it in 3D Blu-ray so I could enjoy it with my surround sound on my couch. I loved it. I really enjoyed my time there. So, let me know what you all think about this. Post comments down below. Make sure you get over to Cosmic Wonder and subscribe and tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. 10 million subscribers. Woo!